Today is December 7th, and I am here today to talk to you about women and slowing down. We are just a few weeks away from the winter solstice, and here in New England we had our first snow this week, and it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, about 2:30, and it already looks like sunset behind me. So the season is definitely changing. You can definitely feel it. So let's go ahead and ground together. Let's come into satsang, seated meditation. So wherever you are, whether it's the morning, the afternoon, the evening, come into a comfortable seat. Maybe take one hand on the heart and one hand onto the belly, just grounding your body and closing your eyes. And as you come into your space, just see what you notice. For me here, the wind is picking up. I can hear the movement of ducks and see a couple seagulls. And just start to slow the breath. So take a nice deep inhale. And then as slow as you can, empty the body of breath. Slow down the exhalation. Let it come out of the body slowly. And when you think you can't exhale anymore, empty the belly a little bit more. And then slowly sip in your next inhalation. The belly fills, the ribs expand, pressing up even through the crown of your head. Tall spine. And then really notice your exhalation. And start to feel the points of the body, all the parts of the body that are connected to the earth. Your hands in contact with your chest, with your belly. See what you can relax in the face and the jaw. And cultivating now a slow, easy Dirga Pranayama 3-part breath. And just notice how slowing the breath feels. Maybe it calms the mind a little bit, the busy thoughts. Maybe the breath and its pace allows you to become a little more present. And just notice the impact of just coming to a seated posture, coming into stillness, and slowing. And we'll just pause here to breathe and to notice. As you're breathing here, this meditation and this chat this afternoon is designed for women, but men can also benefit as well. I'm going to read to you a little passage, just keeping your eyes closed, feeling your breath in your body, and just listen to my words. How might your life have been different if through the years there had been a place where you could go? A place of women, away from the ordinary busyness of life. A place of women who knew the cycles of life, the ebb and the flow of nature, who knew of times of work and times of quiet, who understood your tiredness and your need to rest. Continue to breathe, feel into your body. A place of women who could help you to accept your fatigue and trust your limitations, and to know in the dark of winter that your energy would return as surely as the spring. Women who could help you to learn to light a candle and to wait. How might your life be different? And so just taking in those words, again, relaxing the jaw, notice what's happening in the face, relax the ears, soften behind the eyes. Let the throat be open and relaxed. And just bring both hands now onto the heart. Just take a moment to consider the pace of your life in the past week, in the past couple months. And notice how that pace has felt to you. And especially if you live in the northern hemisphere, and as the days and nights become colder and darker, notice and consider how your body has responded to that. And if there's any tiredness or fatigue in your body right now, just sending your breath deep and rich into every part of your body, back of the neck, the head, the hips, the shoulders, the pelvis, the legs, the feet, the fingers, the toes. Sending your breath to bring a bit of life and a bit of compassion. It is okay to feel exactly how we feel. And then if you like, setting an intention, maybe for your evening, your morning, your afternoon. You can hear the ducks quacking in the background. Say your intention might be something simple like, I am here now, I am present with what is, or I feel peace. And let's join our voices in a sound of Om. Take a deep inhale. Om. And then just flutter the eyes open. It's really bright here, so I might have to keep my sunglasses on. I think I do. But just noticing what's around you, your environment. Really coming fully into this space. So I'm here today to talk about women and rest, because we are moving into a season, winter, that can really support us if we allow ourselves to slow down, to go to bed early, to enjoy the darkness, to enjoy the quiet, maybe light a candle at night or enjoy a hot cup of tea. And in my work with women, one aspect of the work that I do with women is to consider our connection and our tie to nature, to cycles and seasons. And women can move the feminine. I mean, both men and women have the feminine aspect within them. It's a spiral. It's not linear. And that energy ebbs and flows. And it follows the cycle of nature, a cycle of death and rebirth, and a cycle of quiet and rejuvenation, and then coming out in the spring and the summer with full life. And really acknowledging the benefits of each season and cycle, not only in the world around us, but within ourselves. Right now in the United States, we have just finished a major holiday, Thanksgiving, and we're heading into more holidays coming. And it can be a very busy time. You know, a lot of preparations, a lot of gatherings, going out every night, hosting others to your home, and that pressure to feel always, engaged and active and out there can really weigh on the body. And that's confusing because this is the time of year where nature's really calling us to quiet and go within and to really listen into the self and to have a time of rejuvenation. So several years ago, I think it must have been 15 or more years now, it's when I led my first women's circle. And I led it because I saw a need for women to connect around the holidays. And the holidays are kind of a mixed bag. They can be really wonderful, but they also come with a lot of complexity. And anyone who's ever experienced any kind of loss, if you've lost a family member, loved one, if you have been estranged from your own family or just had disappointments in life, sometimes the holidays can be really challenging. And even if the loss was many years ago, it's the anniversary of the holiday, the memories of the holiday, that can be really hard. And it can make people isolate, it can make people feel alone. And my first women's circle that I did, I gathered women around the holidays with the intention to offer support in authentic sharing and in honesty. And what I found was, it was a packed circle. And so many women appreciated just knowing that they weren't alone in the struggle of the holiday season. Like, even though it's a great time, it also can be really challenging. And it can be even more challenging because you're supposed to be happy, you're supposed to be bubbly, and it seems like everyone else is doing that. And if there's any sort of calling inside to process grief, to acknowledge loss, which absolutely the season of winter can bring and be a really nice place for, it's just cognitive dissonance. You're like, I'm supposed to be moving and happy and fast, and yet I'm really just wanting to curl up and go inside. And so, when women gather together, or any, humans gather together, we mirror one another and we see ourselves in one another. And it can be so comforting to see, I'm not the only one that's feeling this way. I'm not the only one that's tired. I'm not the only one that's feeling a little sad right now. And the power of that is really amazing. Another beautiful aspect of winter is just the contrast, the beauty of it. Going outside at night and looking at the beautiful bright stars, being inside with a lovely candle or a fire, reading a good book, feeling your feet in comfy slippers, taking a nice delicious bath, having some warm soup. All of these very tangible, tactile practices can really help the nervous system, bring us back to ourselves. And sometimes I am the winter season and feel like, I wish I had a little bit more of that. In so many other times of our lives and other seasons, we don't get that. And so leaning into it, settling into it can be a really nice practice. So this winter, I just invite you to maybe try that. And I wanted to let you know that I do have some offerings coming up that can help support women and bring women together. I offer 2 12-week programs throughout the year. I offer a fall program. It's called the Women's Transformational Program. And I offer a winter one, the Winter Women's Transformational Program. I have 2 more weeks left in my fall one. We're just wrapping up here. And my winter one will begin January 13th, and it will span through April 7th. We meet every Monday night from 7 to 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on Zoom. And it is a lovely journey of women in a small community, a small group, traveling together, journeying together, supporting one another. And what I have found from leading this program is that the women form friendships for life. They're really bonded by the end of the program. And it's just a nice support to have at the beginning of each week. In the program, I do offer one-on-one support. So if there's something that you're wanting to bring about in your life, if there's a challenge that you have, if there's a deep piece of healing that you've been putting off, this program is a great place to bring it, because you get one-on-one support and you also get a support of sisterhood and community. So what's unique about the winter 12-week program is that quality of going within, that quality of quiet that the winter brings. And so this program, starting in January, will bring us right up to the beginning of spring, which is the end of March. And then we just have 1 more week in April. But it's a beautiful pocket of time where, if your schedule allows, you can really use this time to ground in, do some deep inner work, maybe do some prep work for something you want to come out with and birth in the spring, if you have a dream you're trying to bring about. So it can be used in a variety of ways. I wanted to let you know about this program. It has been so beneficial to so many women, and it is an offering that I have that I look forward to. It's been a very meaningful and impactful program, and I really want more and more women to know about it so they can come join. We keep the numbers pretty small. I keep it in a small container. The most women that I ever have is 12 women, so we don't go larger than that. We keep it really intimate, and it's a beautiful, beautiful way of journeying through the year. Another offering that I have coming up, it's next Friday. I lead a monthly in-person women's circle here if you're in the Connecticut area. So the 12-week program is virtual. So I've had my last program, I had women from other countries and other states. Only 2 of us, I think, were in Connecticut this past round. So you can join from anywhere in the world as long as the time zone works for you. But the monthly circle is in person, so you'd have to come to Connecticut. And this circle is called Self-Care for the Holiday Season. So it's a beautiful in-person circle where, before the holidays rev up, we head toward the new year. It's a nice place to check in and just make sure, am I taking care of myself as I'm taking care of others, as I'm making magic happen for others, am I making that happen for myself too? And especially if you're dealing with any recent loss or any sort of challenge, inner challenge, it's a great place to bring that. So as I come to the end of my sharing here, let's come back into the body. Let's do a little something to help us ground a little bit. So take your right hand and just start to massage the left side of your neck a little bit. Maybe open the jaw. Yeah, and then squeeze the shoulder a little bit. Good. Come down the arm. Shake that out. Let's take that to the other side. So left hand to the right side of the neck and just dig in where it feels good. And breathe nice and deep. So letting any tension come out of the body here. And these little practices, really feeling into the body, it helps us to become present, because we can't bring awareness to the body and be in our mind at the same time. So it really helps to just bring us present. I love the ducks. Okay, so go ahead and come back into your body, come back into your breath. And I'm going to recite a beautiful winter poem, one that I love and maybe you've heard over the years. It's a Robert Frost poem. It's not snowy right now, but I want you to imagine that you're in a beautiful snowy woods and that it's nighttime. If you've ever been in the woods with a thick snow, it has a quality that's so quiet. So just feel yourself there in a beautiful snowy wood. And I'm going to recite this poem to you. Hope I can remember. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the wood and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound, the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So bring your hands palm to palm at heart center. Maybe let your thumbs touch in at your sternum. And there's a little space between the palms. And in that space between your palms, place a beautiful wish for your winter season. It is a beautiful gift to your life. What is the wish that you would like for your winter season? Know that you can bring it about and cultivate it and keep it close to your heart. And as a community, from wherever you're listening in the world, let's join our voices with a round of Om. Deep inhale. Om. And just feel that beautiful wish alive, pulsing between your palms. And then fluttering your eyes open. I wish you the most magical winter season yet. Sending you so much love.